Greetings. I welcome you to another Momentum moment here. And I decided to shoot this video in this particular direction so that you can see what I see every week when I stand up here up front, and that is the beautiful stained glass windows. And generally, you may not see those because they are behind you in worship. So you can enjoy those during this video. So I'm here in the sanctuary. And the second priority in the Momentum campaign is some technology work in the sanctuary, three different pieces in particular. One being sound, another being lighting, and another being video. So let me just walk you through each of those three pieces briefly. So the sound system, which functions well most of the time today, is a system that was brought over from the old church. You've heard that a lot in this Momentum campaign. And then the sound system has been upgraded and added piece by piece to through the years. But basically, we're using a technology that is over 20 years old. And we're using for our primary way of communicating, which is in worship, we are using technology that is a couple decades old. Now, my guess is for all of you, if your primary way of communicating with other people who are not face-to-face with you is by a phone, you're not using a phone that is over 20 years old. You're using something that looks more like this, and a new technology, and understand that there are better ways to communicate, and clearer and crisper. And that's what we want to create with the sound system, is to strengthen the system so that everyone, no matter where you're sitting in the sanctuary, can hear well. Also, for folks that are in the cry room, we have families every week that worship with us in the cry room. And if you try it sometime, you'll discover the sound is not very good in there, and they miss out. And so part of the upgrades is a sound system that is new and uses the latest kind of technology to be able to communicate the good news of Jesus Christ. Another piece is the lighting. And in particular, the house lights will all stay. They work very well and function very well to light the sanctuary. What we need to improve is the stage lighting or the chancel lighting. Right now, the chancel is lit by what you might consider common home track lighting, which means they are fixed, they're not movable, the light is where it is. And that does not allow us for concert events or special worship services, Easter morning or Christmas Eve night, or special presentations during the year. It doesn't allow us to feature different pieces of worship. And to strengthen those with the kind of light that you might see in a theater or on a stage. And so the plan is that we would bring in new stage lighting that would allow us to be able to do much more and use the fullness of our space in terms of how we present the gospel up front. And the third piece is video technology. And the plan at this point is being developed to bring in a number of flat screen monitors that will be placed throughout the sanctuary. We will take great care to place them in places that can be seen, but do not detract from the beauty of the architecture in our sanctuary. We want to be very careful about that. And the reason for video is not so that we can turn this into a modern worship space and be doing the kinds of things every week in the sanctuary like we do with video in the crossing, but so that we can at times utilize the kind of media that the majority of the world, or at least the majority of the folks who live around our ministry context, learn from. People learn from video. People experience video more than any other kind of media. And so by not utilizing this media, basically what we're saying is we're not going to use the most important tool for you as we communicate the gospel of Jesus Christ to you. Rather, what we want to do is we want to utilize every possible tool to help people understand who God is and what a saving relationship with Jesus Christ is all about. And so this media, will be a piece of what we are accomplishing here in the sanctuary. And it might be used on a week-to-week basis and display lyrics for hymns, for example, or it might display announcements and a slide that has announcement kind of information on it. During a memorial service, it might display pictures of the one's life who we celebrate. We might use a video from time to time to illustrate something that the preacher, a point that the preacher is trying to make in a sermon. We won't be a video-driven service in the sanctuary or have a video-driven service, but we will have video at our disposal so that we can use that in communicating the good news of Jesus Christ. So those three things will be happening in the sanctuary as you respond to the Momemtum Capital campaign.